What's up, you guys? Yes, I had a green day, finally. But before we get into the trade recap, I kind of just want to talk about something psychology wise. And it's just about like when you have a losing streak or a losing day, you just start to question your strategy or the way you trade. And it's easy to get discouraged and change your trading style, even though you know it's worked in the past. And you try your best to avoid losses. And it's like, sometimes it's not even the strategy, it's not even you. It's just, it is what it is. Losing is going to be part of the game. And that's why you need to manage your risk in the first place. Losing is going to be something you can't go around. Like it has to be part of your trading. You've heard the quote, best loser is the best winner. I don't know, something like that. You've heard the quote, hopefully. But yeah, and then another thing is like I talked about it recently too. It's just like when you have a losing day and you go on social media or I don't know, you talk to someone and you see other people making money that day, you start to question your ability to trade or your strategy, and you start comparing yourself to other people. Like I've been there the other day. Like I lost and I saw someone made 15K and I was like, what am I doing? Like what am I doing wrong? And you're gonna have that feeling a lot. Even I sometimes have it. I start to question, damn, like does my strategy work? Things like that. And it's just, you're gonna have that feeling, but at the end of the day you just have to have trust and zoom out, right? Like look at the past trades that you've done. You know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing. These past two losing days, yes, it was hard, but I zoomed out. I looked at the past trades that I've had and I was like, yeah, okay, like I know what I'm doing. It's just that little bump in the road. And then another thing is, I posted about the loss yesterday, and I had all these other people just comment, oh, you should do this, or you missed that, or blah 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 blah. And it's like, oh, nice. Someone said, oh, your charts are too messy. That, maybe that's why you lost. And I was like, damn, like maybe my charts are too messy. But then I thought about it and I was like, no, like my charts make sense to me. I've found my sweet spot in trading. And even when you do find that sweet spot, you're going to question it sometimes. But if you just zoom out to the bigger picture, you're going to see the bigger picture, which is, the strategy does work. You do know how to trade. It's just that day where you have to pay your taxes or you have to take the loss, whatever. But yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest, but I'm out of breath. Yeah, my stats look really good for the day, or sorry, for the week. It says I took two trades today, but I just scaled into the trade. It was just one trade. And I scaled in for a total of 10 micros, which is one mini. But if you look at my stats, I mean, they've been beautiful. Average risk to reward is a 1 to 2, okay, or a 1 to 3. I don't know. These stats are a bit confusing. But even with a 60% win rate over, I think it's been a month now of trading these accounts, even with that win rate, I'm still profitable, and it's because I focus on the risk to reward ratio. That's it. Okay, that's all. That's all. Okay, keep it simple. Oh, but yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna explain the trade to the best of my ability, but I'm gonna keep it simple. Basically, I took the trade off of this 3 hour demand zone. Okay, right here. Let me take off the VWAP because I didn't even use it today. But yeah, it was this 3 hour demand zone. You see aggressive buying right here in the basing candle. This was the zone right here. Okay, and then I talked about, I remember saying that when a zone has been touched multiple times, it's most likely to, break through it basically. And that's what I said over here. I didn't know we were going to keep pushing down. Okay, it was just a thought, okay, a possibility for a trade, and somehow it just happened to be the trade that I took. But the other possibility was this. I think it's a 45 minute. Where is it? Oh, okay, yeah, right here. This zone right here, 45 minute supply zone. So boom. Even before market opened up, I have two possible trades. Okay, two possible ideas here. And I'm not predicting what's going to happen. I feel like that was my mistake these past 2 days, just making a daily bias and kind of sticking to it. I need to stop doing that. Of just like trying to predict what's going to happen and not focus on what is actually happening. So even in the morning, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I was a bit quiet because I was focused, yes, but at the same time, like, I wasn't trying to create certain possibilities of what's gonna happen. I was just telling them, like, maybe this could happen or maybe that could happen, but either way, I'm gonna wait for the market to tell me what to do. Okay, so let's go back here. So you guys already know. Okay, okay. Oh my gosh, sorry. I'm getting sidetracked here. First of all, before market opened up, I have these 5 minute zones right here, and I said that I'm not gonna take trades off of these 5 minutes, no matter what, because we have a bigger time frame zone. We have a 3 hour zone right down here, so I was just like, I'm gonna focus on that one. My past mistakes was taking trades off of smaller time frame zones, like the 5 minute and not bigger time frame zones, if that makes sense. But anyways, so I said, okay, these zones are not even a thing for me. So I could erase this actually, because it's not like they meant anything at the time, but I waited. Whoops. Oh my gosh, I'm horrible at this replay stuff. Okay. Like, bro, what am I doing now? Okay, hold on. Give me a second. I wait for 9:45 because I wait for the first 15-minute candle to close. And it just happens to be that this 15-minute candle and the 5 minute, of course, closed below the 50%. Once I saw it close below the zone and just pushing down nicely, I was like, okay, I'm going to get in a short. This is my setup right here. We closed below 50%. No hesitation, got in a short. My original stop loss was at least 100 ticks. And it was above this white line, or like Addy. It was something like this. Okay, let me catch my breath. Hold on. Nah, I got in a trade. Stop loss was a bit wide at first. Next candle formed, and at first it was green, right? It pushed up, retested 50%. Once the candle turned red again, I knew we were gonna push down. I'm telling you, I've seen this setup so many times. I've done a trade recap of this same setup a bunch of times, especially this past month because we've been pushing down. But yeah, it's like deja vu. But once the candle turned red again and we created this wick, I added into the position. My entry got moved down a bit, but my stop loss was brought down to that 5 minute wick, which just happened to perfectly line up with the 50%. And I mean, it was a fast trade. I can't lie. It was very beautiful to see. Once I hit $1,000 plus this white line, I trailed my stop loss, locked in $1,000, and I got stopped out right there. But yeah, that was really it. I think scaling in helped me not hold the trade and lock in more money, of course, because that was a mistake that I did the past 2 days too. Was since it was micros, I wasn't making that much, but the trade would be at like 300, 200 ticks, which is a beautiful trade. So I was like, okay, let me size up because that's basically what I've been catching the whole week. I just haven't capitalized on that move as much, and that's what I did today. I sized up a bit, moved my stop loss down, and I hit the trade. You know. But yeah, now that I look at it, it's a 1 to 3, which was beautiful. I could have held the trade. Originally, I was gonna hold the trade to the zone, but I just locked in the money and called it a day. But yeah, I mean, that was really it. It was a one and done type of day. And like, I've noticed recently too with the markets that it's just been very just nasty. Like all these wicks, it's been very sporadic, very sassy. I don't know. It's been crazy for sure. But yeah, that was basically it. I mean, another thing that I want to talk about is just sometimes we get caught up on like trying to catch this the move of the day basically. And that's just the wrong way to go about it. You know, you should just try to catch a consistent move every day and walk away with it. You know, the more time you spend in the markets, the more likely you are to lose that money. But yeah, um, it's funny because it's such a small move of the whole day, and that's all it took to be green. You know, but definitely exciting. You know, finally a green day. I feel way better about it, you know. But anyways, if you have any questions, let me know. And if you want to trade live with me, link below. If you want one-on-ones with me, link below. And thank you for watching.